Well, aloha to you, sir.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Not much. We're just hanging in here. I have you loud and clear.
All right.
Maybe,
We
maybe we.
no audio issues. Wow, this is got to be a second. We have a Murph breathing.
Yeah. Oh, she's going upstairs.
Oh, well, thanks, Murph. Appreciate it.
Hi, Murph. I don't know what she's doing. Can't be good. Never is.
I don't think she knows what she's doing.
No, she never does. All right. So, what do we got for tonight?
I don't know. What do we got for tonight? What's up, Nick?
Well,
What's up, James?
Mr.
Rick?
We did have some topics we wanted to discuss.
This is true.
I know one of those being, crazy storms last night, James, no doubt. I know I wanted to talk about the RLC sale. I didn't put it in there, but I wanted to talk about it because another crazy sale.
It was. It was not wasn't a friendly one. It was all over the place.
Club car. Well, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
We can always talk about that. We can talk about autographs. I've heard this back and forth. Do autographs help or hurt a car? We got to talk about Des Moines. We got to talk about Elmwood, and we got to talk about next week's guest too. Plus, whatever y'all want to talk about. So, I think the first topic up. Let's just get into it with what Rick was talking about, and he wants to do the club car. So we might as well talk about it.
Okay.
I'm looking for something I want to show folks. You want to talk about the car while I'm looking, go for it.
Well, as some of you may or may not know, it is going to be, if I can find one, there's. It is the 70 Mustang Mach 1. This is not what it's going to look like. We are using the plastic base one, but that is what it's primarily going to look like. But it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little more mid-states pro street kind of. Pro street / drag race themed. So it'll look pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about how it's going to look, and we've started to work on the design of it, and I think that's what somebody is digging for. Is what we're gonna accidentally sneak the design here for the.
Yeah, we're gonna give you some looks
for the very few people that are in here. Oh, look at there! My phone is not playing with tonight.
Okay, so there's one view of it. We are trying to do kind of like a drag racy type thing, a harken back to the late 60s, early 70s. This is not by any stretch of the imagination a final design. Please understand that. This is not a final design. There's some color that we want to add into it. There's some wording that we want to add into it. There's some detailing we'd like to see added. The wheels that are on there are not what we are looking for yet. So there's still some looks out for that. Here's a side view. Granted, it's not maybe completely in focus, but there you go. There's a side view. I'll make that a little bit bigger for folks.
Of them evil pistons. Hopefully they stay in the motor and don't come out and bite somebody.
So the rear tires are a deep dish chrome. The fronts on there are those, real narrow slotted Steelies. We're kind of looking towards the front wheel a little bit. Again, this is just a concept design for things. Like I said, we want to add some color. There's 2 specific colors that we're looking at. We can't reveal all because the person who is kind of like being modeled after on this, we want to leave some surprise for that person.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go.
I like it. I think it looks cool. I'm excited to see it in its final Mopars. Yeah, we need a big block in there. We need that Chevy in power and then get rid of that Dodge stuff. No.
No. Yeah, I don't know what Brent's talking about. So there you go. That is the look that we are going with. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Yes? No? Maybe? What do you think, Brent?
Well, I mean, obviously, I like it. You know, we're getting some ooh la las from Mr. Dell. We've got nice coming from Mr. Rick, which is, you know, great. We got ducks. You never know. There might be a duck sneaked in there somewhere. You never know.
Manny, how are you tonight?
Manny, what's up, brother? How you doing?
You know, so we've got that for sure. I think that I like it. It'll look better, I think, once the final 2 colors are applied to it.
Yep.
Where they get applied will be kind of up in the air. So we will put those out on the page as well. Again, this is just a rough artist proof, so to speak. It will be similar to this, but we'll see what we can come up with.
Most definitely.
Again, this is an open mic night, so we do have some topics already prearranged, but if there is something that y'all want to talk about or you just want to ramble on about, let us know. Let's see. Let's talk about that RLC sale.
Okay. Well, it sucked. I'll just come out and say it right away. It sucked. I got right in, and it was like a 2-minute wait. I was like, all right, I'm good. And you know, as you know, for some of you that do know, I have 2 accounts, and I was trying to get 2 cars. One to keep carded. Obviously, it's always the thing, and always maybe one to open. So with the cubes, you can kind of open and close them as you like. So it wasn't really that big of a deal. But I was trying to just get a couple of them, and it went sideways relatively. It went sideways in a different way. The little, you know, select the stairs or whatever. It took me 2 or 3 tries to figure out those, and then once I got through that, I was able to enter all my information. My information is already saved in there. I enter, you know, put the credit card information in, hit the button, and it said, credit card not working, please try again. And it kicked me back out. And I was like, what the? Well, on my other device, I was able to continue right on through, no problems. And I was able to get my first one. And I tried to go back and to redo it again. And by the time I got back around, it was sold out. So I have one, and I'm happy with one because at least I have one to add to the horde, which is, you know, my life and everyone else's lives. Gant, what did you think?
I was sad.
Oh, that's right. You didn't get one at all because you were busy at work and couldn't get one.
Yes. I looked at the clock on my phone and it said 3:07. And I was like, oh, I'll try. And then I saw a couple sold out, and then I saw, oh, it kicked me out. We're doing this again. I'm like, okay, well, it's probably done. We're talking about the Z car. Whoever was asking that.
Mr. Rick. Yep, Mr. Rick.
That was a Z car. But speaking of Rick, through the kindness of his heart, he managed to get 1 or 2. And he wants to do a trade. So I'm going to do a trade with him. And I have a car that he's looking for. I do have it, Rick. I do have it. So we can make that trade happen. Kaven, welcome.
Kaven.
Hopefully we see you in Des Moines. If not, maybe next time. Awesome, James. Yours shipped. The car itself, I love. I love the black and the silver on it. It's very Raiders-esque. I like the red dots covering on the caps of the wheels. I wish they would do that more often, as much as the metal, showing the bare metal for the ends of the, oh God, I can't talk, on the ends of the axles is great. The color is just as cool. You only got one. Okay, well, that'll be awesome. We get a trade still, if you're still wanting to do that. Sweet, Caven. I am glad you're going to be there.
Me too, because I actually want to have a conversation with Mr. Caven. I have something that I need some help with. So, yeah, and he is the man to help me out. So,
overall, the last couple sales have been disappointing in terms of what's going on with the website. I don't know what the issue is, and I don't think Mattel will share because that's an internal thing to them, and I get it. It's disappointing because those were two very, very big cars for the younger JDM crowd. The muscle group, maybe not so much, but it is what it is. Awesome. Elmwood it is. Need a Caven and Klein takeover show ripathon. Well, I think maybe that can be arranged.
I mean, I'm never against the Caven Brian destruction of cardboard. Clear cash and cookies before the sale. Yeah. Well, that I don't. Sometimes I've heard that works. Sometimes it doesn't work. I normally have pretty decent luck when it comes to anything regarding RLC. We'll just go ahead and knock on that wood real quick. But sometimes there's a lot of times I haven't cleared anything and it works just fine. For the most part, I'm using my cellular device, so I'm really hoping for the best when it comes to the sales because that's what I'm using is my cell phone. I don't have access to a computer like I used to, so it's a little bit difficult, but it still works out pretty good for the most part. I just, I'm trying to think of what the next one is.
I want to say the Monte Carlo's coming up pretty soon.
No, we've already done the Monte Carlo.
Did we?
Yes, I have 2 of the Monte Carlos. Okay. It is the I know what it is. It's the 454 Chevy in red.
Oh, dear sweet mother of God, we are going to. That's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, and this one, but in red. And yes, tailgate down.
That's going to be a pretty truck in red.
Yes, I'm excited to be able to liberate it from its packaging and add it next to the black one because it needs to be next to it. So I just hope I'll be able to be fortunate enough to be able to snatch one of those up. So
yeah, I think there's some really good RLC pieces getting ready to come out. That truck is definitely going to be one of them.
Yes,
I am really looking forward to the 959 Porsche with the opening rear end. I am glad that casting is getting a second chance at life. And it holds out hope. Maybe they'll do 1 or 2 more older castings from the 80s again. Whatever they are. Whether it seems to be like a big European flavor right now in terms of cars. So you might see. I don't see the 380 coming back.
No,
but maybe the XJS would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be neat. I mean, with the 380 has been final run. It'll never come back in that exact form. But they have been making Mercedes left and right. I seen a new one coming down the line from MATCHBOX the other day that I'm going to be on the hunt for. It's a new 6x6, so I'll be happy to add that one to the. Well, there's currently 4 of them up here, but let me see if I can. They're right there. There's my 6x6s. But I only have 4 on display, but there's 5.
Word. Let's talk about this weekend coming up. We're making a road trip, aren't we?
Yep. Heading to Des Moines.
And we have to stop at exit 110 and pick up, drop off a couple cars too. Yeah, it's out by DeSoto on the west edge of Des Moines. I have to drop off a truck and a Camaro, a convention Camaro to Jeff Willis and pick up some cash or a little bit of cash or PayPal, whatever.
Right.
Mr. Steve Thornberry, how are you, sir?
So,
It is always glad to see you in here with us. Thank you. You know, Des Moines, 110 tables, and they are looking for more. They got people coming from Arkansas, Minnesota. Obviously, the Kansas City, Missouri area is going to be well represented. Let's see.
Nebraska.
What else? Obviously, the Nebraska, Iowa contingent is going to be huge. I think there's a gentleman coming down from South Dakota as well. I don't know if anybody from the Quad Cities, you know, that group's going to make it out either. But 110 tables, that's got to be one of their largest shows or a record for them. I'm really happy. I'm really excited that this is going on, that they get, you know, their shows just keep continuing to grow and grow.
Mm-hmm.
I did find out that Barb's not going to be there, though.
What? What will we do without her?
I'm sure the guys can manage it. They do a great job anyway. But, you know, she holds everything together.
Yep, this is true.
For Elmwood. Yeah, I will bring your car for you.
And I'm going to bring a whole box of cars for him because I would like them out of my garage. So,
you know, the other thing I like, that's the one thing about Des Moines is really, really great. There is such a mix of people, collectors, and, you know, just great people to be around. Plus, you have the Des Moines folks that are local.
Yep.
We'll get to see Leon. We'll get to see Jeff, who runs the Top of Iowa group. They'll be out there. Mr. Hot Wheel Hunter and Miss Terry are going to be out there as well.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have tables too.
Sweet.
Let's see. And prayers to his mom. You know, she needs some help and some prayers, so let's give her that. Let's see what else. The Kansas City guys are going to come up. I'm pretty sure the Bates boys are going to be there.
Most likely.
I think Chris Rappy's going to be there. Izzy, what's going on, man? I hope you guys are all hanging out safe. James Whitver and Evan are going to be there as well. You know, and that's just it. So much different things.
Mm-hmm.
And you are guaranteed to find something to add to your little collection there.
No Evan.
No Evan.
Wow. Man, this will be a weird week or a weird weekend. There's going to be some big hitters that are going to be there. That's going to be strange.
I had heard that as well, James, that she was not going. So he can't be the duck target.
Are we going to have a duck target?
I don't know if we're going to have a duck target. But you know what we haven't done in a while, and they want to do, I'm sure, is see if they're going to rip some cars.
I think we need to post something on the page for the show that we need to get some people together and rip some supers or some high-end cars. Doesn't have to be a super. It could be a convention. Could be an RLC.
You mean like this?
Yeah, that'd be a good one to rip. I don't have anything directly in front of me that I could rip, but I do have some pretty good high-end stuff. I've got some convention pieces that are just waiting to get pulled out of their cardboard. So
yeah, so we can definitely do that. Again, they have a good concession stand there. They have a good mix of some sort of hot food, and then they have candies and pop and water. They have the downhill track, which I think is going to be in that small room again.
The little room works really well for the kids.
Yes, they have a blast in there. They do a really good job of setting that up and running that. So I'm looking forward to seeing Joe Meek again.
We're looking forward to seeing everyone.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
It would take us the rest of the night for you to name off everybody that's going to be there. So
I know. let's not forget Fred and Kelly will be there
Yeah,
as
Fred and
well.
Kelly will be there.
So, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
How things all go, I don't know. It's always,
It's always a good time.
yeah,
Plain and simple, it's always a good time.
there might be a grumpy goat visit too.
Never know. Or we
Okay,
might pick somewhere new. You never know.
this is true.
We don't have to go to the same place every time.
No, we don't. Okay, so that was Des Moines. Let's talk about
Autographs.
Yeah, let's talk about autographs. We haven't talked about this subject in a while, and I think the feeling on it is starting to change. The first time we brought it up, I kind of got the impression that getting your cars or cards signed ruins the value because you're defacing the beauty of the car. That was the impression I got. What did you have?
I have some that are signed and some that are not, obviously. I don't have very many autographed cars or cards, I should say, but I do. It depends on the car and it depends on how you do it. And, is it huge across the card or is it just subtle? It depends on, I've been seeing a little bit of this lately on my feeds. Some people have regular convention cars from Columbus and they're going for X, and then they have autographed ones that they're asking like $25, $30 more for. And I don't understand why that signature is worth so much money, because you can literally go to a convention or know someone that goes to a convention and going, hey, take this with you and sign it, have them sign it for me. And then you turn around and that signature is worth $30. It depends. I mean, obviously, sometimes, if it's a main line, in my mind, I don't think it hurts the card value. But like I have a unpunched Real Riders Mercedes 380 SEL, and I have Larry Wood's signature across the top of the card. It's silver. It's about that long. It goes right across the little pop where the little hole goes. So to me, I like that because it's kind of an unpunched and he signed through it. So I liked that one. But the one main example that I was thinking of is the new Z that just came out in RLC.
Mm.
You go to eBay, and I looked this up a little bit ago. They're about $70, $75 all day long. Now, if you were one of the special, I want to say it was 50 people
50.
that were able to get the special. I don't even know if they were designer or what they were, but if you got yours from them, it has two signatures on the cube underneath the lid of the car. You pull the cube off, and they signed the deck of the card, or the box, the top of the box, shelf, whatever you want to call it. Those ones are going for $1,200 plus. So, sample run for Bieri. Thank you. I'm guessing that was Nick, because that seems like a Nick
Yes.
comment. Yes, it is.
Yes.
What's up, Nick? So, why is it that the exact same car, when you bought it from Mattel, is worth $70, but the sample from BRE is worth $1,200? Now, it's the exact same car. It has a different sticker, and it has two signatures. Other than that, it's the exact same car. Why? Because it's signed.
Right.
It's one of 50.
They did the same thing with the 510 BRE from RLC and the 240. I think it was the 240, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did the same thing with those. I don't know where those are at right now.
I'm
sure
there.
somebody could look them up and let us know. This is kind of, I think, one of those deals where Johnny Morton actually drove the car, correct? So
I don't have no clue.
so you've got that added to it, and I think the current craze and popularity of both, all three cars that have been done is feeding it as well.
So the BRE 240, there's one on currently for $365, and it's assigned. There is a 210 Vintage Racing 510 BRE. It's going for 600. There is a double twin pack signed by Peter Brock that's going for about 180. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at on those. Looks like I was looking for some sold listings so we could actually see if they're actually selling for that or if that's just what people are asking for them. All right, so a 510 number 46, 380. But then another one went for almost 400, almost 500. And then another one went for almost 708, almost $800. So it just depends. Is that the same car too? Yeah, it is. It's the same car. So for the same car, it went for 380, 500, and almost 800.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to backtrack a little bit to the comments here. Caven, I think, makes a really good point because I think this is where it's most relatable to as far as NASCAR goes. It's the driver. I agree with him. It's the driver. It's the car design itself. If you have a Dale Earnhardt signed 87 Wrangler, I'm sure that car would be up there. Or the Budweiser by Darrell Waltrip might go for a little bit more compared to other cars.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's right on that. I think makes a really good point there. Does it matter if they are? If you're willing to pay for it or you enjoy it, I say go for it. I agree with you, Caven. Justin Patrick, it's hard for us poor folk. I overpaid for my SEMA bone shaker, but I love it. So, yeah, you may have overpaid, but you ultimately love it. So I think you did the right thing there, in my opinion.
I agree.
And our last one, the actual driver would make it more desirable. Yes. Again, that kind of backs up what Caven was saying. This was by Rick. Yeah, I agree with that too. I mean, here's the other thing with that too, because this also applies to e-sheets, because I'm seeing e-sheets going up more and more on Deal or No Deal, 2001 to present. And the Brendan, they had a Brendan Viteski, like 11 car thing there. And it went for, I think it went like for $110. So basically about $10 to $11 an e-sheet, which is pretty much the going rate, I think, right about now.
Yeah.
The Ryu Asada ones they went, and they're still going. Still have not seen an offer accepted on those. But there's a difference between those two. The number of Ryu signatures is finite. There is only so many of them out there.
Yep.
For obvious reasons. Brendan, Lord willing, will be with us for a very, very long time. So the opportunities to get those are not near as difficult. The other thing I want to mention too is that you're starting to see the designers come to more local shows. Brendan and Manson are going to be out in the Northeast Ohio Club in like literally 2 weeks this weekend, and they're going to be out there. So, and they were just in Columbus. Well, Manson wasn't, but Brendan was. So that ability to get out there more is helping people get those signatures. Okay, and so let's see. What did you have?
This is one of my favorite pieces in my collection. The car itself is worth absolutely nothing. It is the 2015 Mercedes AMG GT from the 50th, 2018, but it does have Mr. Ryu Asada's signature on it. Because for those that don't know, Ryu was the one that designed the Mercedes AMG. So, and this one is the passenger seat forward version. So it's kind of it's a rare version and it's autographed. So this is one of my, so sometimes I'm okay with autographs, but again, it's in black, it's simple. You know, you couldn't really do it on the car because it would have blended in too well. So it looks really good. And this is one that I was able to have him sign in person. Um, it was the only time I got to meet him, unfortunately, but at least I can say I was able to meet him at one point. So,
The other thing that I would say about autographs and those that have gone to convention or been to shows where they've been at is they're pretty accommodating to most of to the collectors. You know, unless you're interrupting them like at a meal or doing something, they are pretty willing to interact, and if you ask nicely, they'll work with you, and
hmm
it's really amazing to see that interaction because they love it as much as we do.
Oh yeah, easily.
So any other questions, thoughts? Do you have anything that's signed? I've kind of changed my opinion on this. I've gone out of the way to get more things signed. You know, the last thing I had signed, it was down. It was visible, but it wasn't in an area where it ate up the whole card. I thought that was cool. You know, it and it just doesn't have to be designers. I've had Joe Alvarado sign his convention car. If I know if there are other people that do, I'll try to get that as well. So,
hmm
what's your guys' thoughts? Just pop in anytime. We may move on to a different subject, but we'll go back to it. And again, for those who missed it, we're going to go back and we'll share that picture one more again. There it is, folks. There is a rough artist concept design of the club car for this year. That is the side view. Again, we have not decided everything yet.
Whoa.
There might be a couple more colors added. Wheels haven't been totally picked. Again, this is just a rough draft that Dave wanted to share for us when we were in nationals. This is absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion. And there is a couple more touches that we have decided to do, but have not been finalized yet. We are hoping for an August timeframe to get these out to everybody. But there you go. Again, another view for that. And there we go. Brent, did you freeze? I think. Well, here is from Steve Riddell. There you are. Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Everything, my internet crashed there for a second, and it's back now. So
that's awesome. Getting Steve to sign everything for you, that's tremendous. I know he does a lot of good work and amazing work for Collectors Events Unlimited and for the convention. So awesome. That's awesome there, Brian. Yeah, Brendan does sign a lot, but yeah, but there's yeah, I would agree with that. He would sign anything, and I think that's I know, right?
He commented so much. We need to be taller.
I think that's because he doesn't want to say no to anybody.
Yeah.
He just wants to be able to be accessible to folks, and like I said, as long as they're being respectful about it, I just don't ever see him saying no.
Mm-hmm.
Those would be good too, because again, I don't know if he's with us anymore either.
No, he is not.
So
and I want to say I have 2 or 3 autographed Ed Roth stuff. I've got a model kit, and I've got a poster, I think those are the only two things I have from him. I wish I knew who that comment was because I have a feeling that it was Mr. Rodney. It just seems like
No,
it wasn't Rodney.
it was Jeff Saccaroti.
Oh, well, for some reason my comment, and maybe when my computer froze, it was posted, but I didn't get to see that one. But yeah, Mr. Ed Roth was a good dude, and the thing is I got to meet him at one of the World of Wheels, and literally I walked right up to him and like, hey Ed, how's it going? I was wondering if you could sign this for me and stuff like that. And he was just standing next to his car. I mean, there was nobody that was, you go to some of those World of Wheels and you see lines 3, 5, 6 hours for people. And it's like, that's cool, but sometimes it's kind of neat to be able to walk up and just, hey, how's it going? And have that little one-on-one time if you can. I know that I've got, Mr. Zornock's signature on his Altered Roadster. And that's the only thing that he legitimately drove, because he's not a designer. But I have got many of his e-sheets and stickers and other things. But I had him sign his car, and it's so sometimes I like signatures. I've got some Dale Jr. design when he teamed up with Mattel to do the Junior picks. I had him sign the Camaro and the Vega, I believe. So I've got those carded as well. I'm trying to think. I've got a John Force autograph. My brother has several Dale Juniors, Dale Seniors, and a whole fleet of other drivers. So yeah, I mean, it in my personal, it just depends on how you're, do you want it, do you not want it autographed? So it's you kind of have that choice where you can pick and choose whether you want something autographed or not. Would I go and get, this Matrix autographed by Keanu and everybody that was in the movie? That would be kind of cool because then it'd be a movie memorabilia plus a Hot Wheel. But
it's a win.
I
know the Kiss stuff goes that crazy too. If you can get them to sign stuff, that market is huge too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here again. We're talking about whether or not autographed items increase the value or decrease the value of a car. Now, you want to talk about an example of where it may actually decrease, and I don't think anybody would do it, is if somebody signed the blue card number 271.
I don't know. I mean, do you want someone to sign that one?
I know exactly, because the value of that is the card, not the car.
Mm-hmm.
The card. So that's another one of those topics that this just would you do this or not? This to me, this is one of those where I don't know if I'd do that or not.
Mm-hmm.
Does that really bring extra value to that car? Because it stands on its own as it is.
Yeah.
So, and that's just my 2 cents on it. Again, for those that have come in late, we did post preview pictures of the club car. We'll post them later. Mr. Stacy, how are you? Are you guys ready for your wild weekend? We'll post those club car pictures up to the page here in a little bit as well. Let's talk some Elmwood. You want to talk some Elmwood? Or do we want to keep going on this? Because this seems to be getting the reviews here, getting some more points. I mean, Caven has made some tremendous points tonight, or points as in point of views with his comments. So shout out to Caven there.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking forward to in Elmwood there, Brent?
In Elmwood, just having an overall great time. Never know what you'll find. The Quonset's a great venue that we've been gracious enough to be able to get or be able to use. You know, I'm never really looking for anything in particular. I'm always just looking for that new thing that, you know, kind of jumps out at me that I don't need. There you go. There's a pretty one. You
Right.
know, but yeah, I mean, just you know, again, you know, so for me, you know, whenever we go to a show, it doesn't matter if it's in, you know, at Nationals, LA, you know, Elmwood, Des Moines, even Norfolk. It's getting to see people and hang out and have good conversations and just get to relax and hang out with your friends. That's for me. That's what it's always kind of about.
Yeah, I mean, I think the collecting aspect has really slowed down for me. Although my purchases from Nationals would beg to differ.
Yeah.
You know, it's the cool parts of it, the memories that are made. You know, that's what I look forward to. You know, Stacy, I think you guys are going to have a tremendous show this weekend. I really do. The vibe, the energy that's kind of been coming up and creating on your guys' page has been really good. I look forward to it as well. You know, as for our show, you know, we'll have. In fact, let's put that flyer up. I know I had it up here. Let's get that up there for those who have not seen it or are looking for more information. We are sold out, by the way. We sold out. We will have set up between 2 and 5 on Saturday, and then what we typically like to do is go have dinner. We may do it down at the Quonset. We may go somewhere, but you know, just a chance to get away, break bread, chill out, talk to each other, see what's going on in everybody's lives, and have some fun with it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
again, we're going to have 65 tables, free entry. Kids get the free car, the downhill racing, the 50-50, split the pot. We all know about that. That's what we
Mm-hmm.
do every show. But what you don't know is, and I kind of previewed it a little bit, is this. I'm going to take this down and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. We've got this car. We've got this car. But wait, with MSCC, you also get a chance at this car. Yeah, Caven, it's a horrible color because it's Ohio State. And then you got this little guy right here. You get a chance to go after these 4 cars, either individually or as a group. We haven't decided yet. But we're close. I think we're close.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have to thank Mr. Greg Sully because he worked out an amazing trade for us to get those 3 cars. The dinner car was helped by somebody between in the group that went to went out to Nationals. So where is Elmwood for us foreigners? Well, who said that? James, take Interstate 80 and head west till you get to the left side of the Missouri River and keep going. The worst part about the Des Moines show this weekend is that Stacy Craig will be there. And if that's the worst thing, then I'd say it's going to be a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Caven, from the top rope. Yes, Elmwood is halfway between Lincoln and Omaha. You know, same exit as Ashland, except instead of heading north towards Ashland, you head south towards Elmwood. And when you get to the restaurant that's famous for, it's cow parts, you make a right. And yes, he loves you too. And there's that love. You know, we've got these cars. We may have an opportunity to get some other cars as well. We're trying to get that worked out as too. So it may be a different set of 4 cars, 3 of which will be the same, 1 will be different. And that may not come up until at a show in a town on the river later. We don't know. Okay. And yes, Evan, we will definitely miss you as well. You cannot be the duck target.
Nope.
I also believe we're going to have a couple of cases of Hot Wheels to kind of raffle off there or do something with, courtesy of Mr. Mike Starr. So thank you, Mike. James will be actually quite relieved to not be the duck target or to have Evan there, I think. I wanted to be the duck target. Yes, we know you love being the duck target. And again, we've got more things coming up down the line here, folks. We really do. We're going to preview them, and we're going to slow roll them down the hill. But do you want to tell us about next week's guest?
I can. We'll see how long my internet holds out. I've been glitching really bad, so I don't know how much of this show I'm going to be missed from. But next week, our Mr. Joe Alvarado, the Sergeant Sparkles of the customizing world, Mr. Lowride 57 Customs. And he is one heck of a customizer. He's known for his metallic flake, and it's really heavy, but it looks really good. So, and there's one of his right there. It's hard to see through the big old plastic dome on it, but
no, I don't want to break it either. I mean, it's M2 quality control, but who knows? Oh, yeah. It's tape. It's tape. So what does that tell you?
That tape just beats you. So I'm looking excited to sit and have another conversation with Joe. Hopefully my internet will work better next week.
You've held out. No glitching on our end.
Okay. Well, on my end, it's all over the place. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to hanging out with Joe again. We got to sit and we had a really good conversation up in his room there at Nationals. I think we were there getting blinded for about 45 minutes in his room. So it's always a good time to sit and talk with Mr. Joe.
Again, for those who don't know Mr. Joe, there, Mr. Sergeant or Lieutenant Sparkles now.
Lieutenant Sparkles. I keep forgetting about that.
Him and Mike Barnes and a few other folks and along with TCAT have this little event they like to do during Nationals. It's called the Hardy Adams Invitational. We talked with him a little bit about that last time, but we're going to take this a different direction. As you know, he is a police officer, and we'll get his take on what is his favorite donut. Does he prefer Krispy Kreme or Dunkin'?
Ooh,
those are the type of things we're wanting to know. What else drives him in collecting? Because we learned something when we were out in Nationals this time around that he was looking forward to seeing or doing, that he was happy that it was back in Atlanta for. So
this is true.
That'll be awesome. And let's not forget, we will see Brian Klein this weekend as well. And hopefully Alicia will be there. Hopefully she's able to travel. The other things, we do have somebody else that we are currently talking to.
We have several people we're talking to. There's going to be all sorts of new guests.
I think we're pretty close to getting this. We just got to get the time figured out for that guy. I talked to him for a little bit tonight. Hopefully he can pop in for us one night. And that's going to be, that one might go a little bit longer than an hour because there's a lot to talk with him about, especially his love of white lightnings and prototypes. And that's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
We haven't had any questions from y'all out there. It's just been us rambling. What do you guys got? You guys got any questions? You got any comments, concerns? Is there something you guys want to see us doing as a club? Or are y'all just going to bail on us? Either way, I don't care. I'm happy no matter what. I enjoy spending this hour with you guys. maybe we should open a car. Want to open a car?
Sure. I mean, I'm throwing out the heavy hitters tonight, so.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you got the big ones.
Whew. I don't know if I can. I'm a little worried about this. I
Well,
asked Sonic or Grinch at Elmwood. I vote Sonic, just because
we've seen Grinch.
I know. Like, well, I know, but I mean, either one of them personally. I prefer either
Both.
one of them. Yeah, you can't drive. It's hard to drive two cars at the same time. But while we ponder that, I'm going to open the '64 Lincoln Continental from the Matrix because I really liked this car. I'm a big Lincoln guy, and for those of you that may not have caught the sneak preview at Nationals, there is going to be a new '64 Lincoln Continental, and it is going to be the convertible version with all four opening doors. So
yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, there is the new Matrix version of the Lincoln 64.
That's such an awesome car.
Yeah, I really like the wheels they chose with the white walls. I wish it was green for some reason. I don't know. I know it wasn't green, but I just wish it was green for some reason.
Green Hornet? Oh, that was black too, wasn't it?
Exactly. I just think that that rolls really good too. It was like a good rolling.
Brian, to get to your question there, are any of you besides Mike coming to Topeka May the 6th? As of right now, something came up and we were been invited to an event. Oh, there goes Brent. We were invited to an event to help at a local charity for a service member that is no longer with us. We're trying to work out the details for that. If we can go, we will be there. If not, I think some of us might try to make it down for Topeka. So that was my original plan to come down. However, this thing in Omaha for the charity event is kind of moved things around a little bit.
I don't know
Reagan
what
says, I don't know either.
I closed every single window at the exact same time. I don't even know how I did that. So
the Tasmanian Devil. Do we need anything for the charity event? As of right now, no. All we're really going to need is some blankets, some tables, and some pop-up tents. And I think we got that covered. Mm-hmm. But I believe that's May 6th. That's when that is. Let's open a car.
All right.
Obviously, this is my least favorite car. So that's got to go. This is number 3,500 of 6,200. It's the lowest number or the highest number I have.
Well, don't let it win there.
Well, no, I was looking at something that didn't look like there may have been something wrong.
Oh, I've done that before.
I did that last.
It's over there on the wall.
I did that last week with with a car I really, really wanted. All right, there it is in yellow and black. Very, we won't say the name of that school. There it is. There's the Camaro, folks. Really nice. Again, this is my favorite Camaro. Johnston.
That's the first
Saturday, July. No, we have not heard about that.
That's the first time I've heard about that one.
We'll probably get some more information on that. Yes, if there's anything that we can do. Oh, okay. So, correction. Maybe May 6th we might be able to go down. Jeff in there with helping with the correction of the dates. We have so many things going on and planned up for this summer.
Mm-hmm.
So June 10th. No, we were talking about the one that you mentioned the other day. It is in the newsletter. Okay, we'll have to go check that out.
Yep.
So yes, if we can swing it, I think I will definitely try to plan on coming down. Of course, work is always permitting now that I'm kind of actually in charge of people. We got some more time. Do you got another car?
Yes, I do. And, it's hard to tell behind me that, I mean, there's a lot of cars, but they're not all Hot Wheels. I collect everything. I like what I tend to collect what I like. And for my second car, we're going with a Maisto 1986 Chevy Monte Carlo SS. And this one is actually going to get a little bit of modifications because I'm going to take this from here. We'll go ahead and remove it from its prison because it needs to come
James
out.
says it's facing the wrong direction.
Currently, it is. We're going to fix that.
Well, that was the right direction then.
But it is I don't like the tampos that are all over the doors. They need to come off.
Or be lower.
They're just coming off because I really like it because it has, it's got the big meats, got the skinnies up front. It's clean. I love this color of green that's on it.
It's got some sparkle.
Exactly. Here, I'm even gonna break out the extra light here, so you can really see that green.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
It's a really cool green color, and I like it. But the tampos have got to go. So when I get done with this live show tonight, I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to get out my paint remover and I'm going to get all these tampos off this car because I can't stand all those tampos on this. I love the car, hate the tampos. So.
Oh, the insanity coming from Brent. Well, we're going to move on here to another car. Again, the name says it all. It just needs to be pushed, whether it's a big or small, 1 of 1 or 1/64th. We all know it's a Ford. Ooh, that one ripped a lot easier. By the way, this was number 6188 of 6200. So that's a really high number, almost 12 away from number 6200. There we go. For those who did not see that, I like the pinstriping on it.
Mm-hmm.
Really do.
It's really clean.
The colors, they're not Nebraska colors. So, the license plate says "Sweet" on the back. So again, a really cool car. The Camaro had Ohio 23, and again, these do have Ohio plates on them. I think the Ford has like an old school or a historic plate. The Camaro has a current one. All right. Which one?
I don't know. I say you save them for next week's show.
We can do that.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, well, you don't have to. I mean, you can do whatever you want. If you want to rip them, rip them. I'm just saying.
I think we should just hold it off. Give them something for next week.
There you go.
Of course, if I can find some more of these, this has got to get ripped.
Yeah, I'd like to find another one of those myself. Rip Saturday. There we go.
Saturday. Okay, yeah. I think we need to do that. I think Brent, you are on to something.
Yep, we need to make a post, and we need to do a little ripathon come Saturday.
Yeah, over on their page, right?
No, we'll go live from wherever we can, and.
But we'll make the post that we want to do the ripathon on their page, right?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay. So that's all I've got for tonight. Thank you all for coming to hang out with us. Give a little shout out to Jimmy Lou for his shirt from convention. By far, this is my favorite convention shirt that I've ever gotten. It's simple. It's clean. It feels comfy. I really like it. The design is tremendous. You've got a little bit of, what it was, the Hot Wheels logo. His logo's on the back for those that don't see it. And then there's a big Hot Wheels logo around the stomach, but my stomach covers it up because I'm fat. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Show you your trade. All right, Rick.
What's Rick getting?
Rick is... I got to pay for this yet, though, because this technically came out of collections money. That's what Rick's getting.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yes, sir. There you go, Rick. That is for you. I know you said that was one of the cards you wanted, and there you go. You are all set. Congratulations on that. I'll put this back away nice and safe. It'll be there for you in Elmwood. Even if your Datsun doesn't ship yet and you don't get it, I know we'll make up for that at some other point. All right, with that, hey, Josh, welcome to the show. We're going to wrap things up here again next week. Joe Alvarado from Lowride 57 Customs and Hot Wheels Convention staff is going to be on with us. Hey, guys, get your questions ready. We want to make this fun. We got to know, Dunkin' or Krispy Kreme? That's the question. All right, until then, nothing but peace, love, and applesauce and whatever. We'll see you all in Des Moines this weekend. Have fun, enjoy. Hey, at least we don't get to see the creepy lights because
This is
still
true.
Be sunlight
This is
out.
true. No more lights for the rest of the summer.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Thanks for showing up, and thanks for conversationalizing. And we'll catch you next time.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.